Hello everybody. So we are gonna crack on with Quackers. The chicken was very popular, so I thought let's go for a duck. Keep the whole farm thing going. So Quackers is quite an easy pattern, apart from the eye and a little bit around the beak. The rest of it is really easy, and to prove how easy it is, I'm actually doing mine about half the size of yours. It doesn't look half the size because obviously I've zoomed up on it so that we can see the work, but it's actually half the size. So I'm just for a change, I'm not going to start with an eye or a beak or a nose or anything. I'm going to do this nice big bold bit here, which is in the sort of browny, orange, reddy brown tones. So that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to start. Let me just put that back up. I've already, so this is the pattern straight out printed. I've fixed it to the canvas that I'm actually going to use. That's the way I prefer doing it now. It means I know exactly how far to have things going over the edge and everything, but obviously you do it however suits you, what you're going to do with your particular patterns. So that's my paper pattern. Then over the top of my paper pattern, I put my parchment paper and I just put a bit of tape on it, and I use this sort of plastic sized tape because it's kind of the only stuff that will stick to parchment paper. So there we go. So there, that's what we're left with. Okay, and I have chosen some brown fabrics. I've got a range of plains and patterns. All these things I pick up wherever I can. Some of them are new, a lot of them are recycled, lots and lots of them are recycled. But just to give you an idea of the different browns that I've got. And on my back of them, I've got they're already got the fusible on them. I use a product called Bondaweb in the UK. I believe it's very similar to Wonder Under in the US. And so that's all ironed on, although sometimes it's not ironed on quite well enough and I have to do a little bit extra. And I have also already started by cutting this piece out here just to get us started nice and quick. So let me just move that up a bit. So that is the first bit that goes in. Doesn't really matter where you start, to be honest. Because it's Bondaweb, I tack it down with the iron, little mini clover iron that I've got, which is wonderful for this sort of thing. A, you don't burn yourself half as much because there's less area to manage to catch yourself with, and B, it doesn't take up too much space. When you come to ironing the whole thing at the end, you really need a big iron for that. Even a little mini one takes forever because it needs a lot of ironing, no matter what product you use. I know Steamer Seam needs steam. This doesn't need steam, you do it dry, but it still all needs lots of ironing down. The more ironing down you do, the better. Just fuses the whole lot, and it creates a really nice flat area to do your sewing with as well. So I use my parchment paper then what I tend to do is the bits that come off of here will then become the bits that I then use to draw around my next shapes, my next pattern. So nothing goes to waste. So I'm going to just carry on. Some big areas to cut out, nice and easy. Like I said, apart from the eyes, it's going to be a doddle. Let's go together really quick. And I'm sure together we'll come up with a way of making the eyes nice and easy when we come to that part of the video. Not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I just draw around that bit, and I don't need to draw around that bit. I need this bit. There we go. Right, and I need my darkest brown there. So I'm going to use this dark plain brown. As you all know, I like to have a mix of plains and patterns. This is not one of those patterns that you cut round pretty flowers and stuff and stick them on to make the whole thing. This is, you're cutting out the shape and you're sticking it in the right place. If you can't see it because it's brown, turn it over and put it on the other side. Cut across there initially and come back to that. There you go. Should be close enough. It's looking good. Right, next colour. This bit that runs through here. Well, hide it behind that one so we don't need to pay too much attention to the actual shape running around there. Make sure that I can actually see it. So, what should we use? I think we're going to have to use this because I love this. I love this fabric. This was recycled fabric. I don't know where it came from, but I do love it. I use it on lots of projects. Getting a bit short of it now. Don't know what it was. It's like a dress fabric or something. Can I fit it on there? Yes. There we go. So when I'm cutting around my bits, I do cut them just slightly bigger than where I've drawn. And that's all you need, it's just a millimetre really, all the way around. It's kind of all you need to overlap and it will hold. It's amazing really. And there are some bits that just are bigger, you just don't cut them quite so carefully and just tuck them all under. And that's fine, that all helps to secure the whole thing together. But you don't need much of an overlap. I'll colour it out. No. There we go. So this has to go under. Just being careful on this edge because I want the two to join up seamlessly. That's it. Ooh, that's lush. Right. Next bit's quite an orangey bit, but quite dark as well. So what have I got left? I've got that bit. Got that, might be quite nice. Got that. Bit of curtain fabric. Will it fit on there? Yes, it will. I'm just looking at my colour version to see what to put where, sort of thing. We use that one up there on that bit, that on there, and maybe that on there. I think we're sorted. Right. Because this is curtain fabric, it's a wee bit thicker, so it will definitely be going underneath stuff, and it tends to have, well actually this one doesn't, but it tends to have more of a white edge to it, but actually this is alright, so it might actually be fine not to be underneath stuff. See what it's like when it comes off the paper. It's nice actually, it's quite a nice cut. It's a bit, I think there's more the wonder underneath it rather than the edge. So where does that go? It goes across the top like that. Just be careful and try not to do what I've just done by creasing up fabric. And squeeze that up. Close that gap up. There we go. How quick is this project? Just going to do that on there, wasn't I? I have no idea what sort of fabric this is. It's got quite a distinct weave to it. Came out of a sample book, I think. I unfortunately don't come from a sewing background at all. I come from more of a painting background. So what different fabrics are called, I have no idea. And then you know, they're called different things in different countries, so it's kind of difficult to get your head around, really. And this is even more peculiar fabric. It's almost got like a foaminess to it. But it does come in a nice range. It's a fabric sample book for you to look through, you know, when you're choosing what you want. I don't even know what it would be used for. It's peculiar. Sort of feeling fabric. Maybe blinds, I don't know. It's quite waterproof, I would imagine. I don't know. Just really kind of proving what I don't know, really. It's quite a lot. But it suits that job very nicely. Look at that, that whole breast piece is done. So now I'm going to have to do my little collar. What am I going to use for my little collar? I want a whitey colour. I've got a whitey colour. Technical term. Oh, I've got this, which is quite... This has got like a slightly embossed, raised... I think this is definitely blind fabric, but that looked nice up there. And what I do is I'm going to pull that back so that I can get a really neat cut, exactly what I want. Then it can go over the top. So I am just paying a bit more attention. There we go. That way. That's it. Just move this down a bit so you can see a bit better. I hadn't anticipated going quite so quick, so I'm now going to have to find a nice, really dark green to go in there. Ooh, that looks pretty nice and dark, doesn't it? Yeah. As you all know, I am a big fan of the old, oh, sorry, jacket lining. I love the jacket lining fabric because it holds its shape really, really nicely. It cuts really sharp edges and everything, and it comes in a whole heap of colours as well. Not all of them plain either. You get like paisley and all sorts of cool patterns on them. So I haven't cut it very well up there, as you can see, but I can just peel that back and just take it back a bit. So just peel it up a bit. That's better. And we'll just do one more piece, and then we'll stop for this video. Come back and do either the feet or the beak. Oh, that dreaded eye. In the meantime, I might fill this bit in because there's not too much to gain from showing you doing all that as well. More just the same as this, just in different colours. Hold on to that very well. See how it cuts out. Might be the wrong shape. There we go. It's run into the beak a bit, but we can just chop that off. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to stop there for this video. And then I think we'll come back and do the feet next. Avoid that dreaded eye for a little while longer. Okay then, so bye for now.